Here we go. One last time. Yes, we've done a couple of videos on this track, but to be honest, race C is a little bit long for me, and race A is a little bit boring for me. So race B has sort of been where the action is for me, personally. And to be honest, as penalty-ridden as the races have been, they've been alright. So just while we're sitting here, I was just looking at the views, and you can see the left and the right view. You can't actually see much. But I mean, it's pretty hard to hit those buttons while you're racing next to someone anyway. It's not too hard, but it takes my mind off it. Maybe that's an advanced strat that I'm not quite able to do yet. As we are starting in third here of 14, so two people obviously disconnecting. It still happens, PD. It still happens. Anyway, starting in third, getting the first corner nicely there. Not fast enough to get past the Russian. Pretty sure that's a Russian. Anyway, he's going to be the Russian for the whole race. So let's hope that I've got it right. Starting in third, you know, we finished second in the last race. I was feeling good. I was like, you know what? Let's do one more for the content. For you guys, yeah, this race was pretty interesting. So, I believe the qualifying times of the Swiss player in first, he was around pretty much a 17 or 117 dead, and then the Russian in front of us was a couple of tenths quicker than us, I would imagine. We actually took our time down from 118.1 to 117.8, I think, and our optimum was a couple of tenths quicker than that. But, you know, optimums mean nothing if you can't link them up. So, 117.8 is our fastest. Slowly getting better, but you get to the end of the week now, and, you know, it's going to change on Sunday, so what's the point? Okay, so start the second lap. We've lost a little bit of time to the player in front, but he has grazed the wall on the outside of the first corner. So that might give us a little bit of a run on him as we come down the tunneled straight on this course. A nice gap to the Spaniard behind us. Everything seems to be going as qualifying time sort of predicted as we come around that fast right corner. And the Russian again grazing the wall on the outside. The Lamborghini actually, you know, really prone to that understeer if you get on the accelerator too quick. As he's wide again and sparks fly off the wall once more as he's wide through that corner, which means we can have a nice little run on him up this back section of corners. Gap behind us, over 2 seconds now, firmly running away from the Spaniard and the rest of the group. Really, really putting pressure on him, it seems, as he's wider than us there again. How is he going to be through the final corner? He's got that power down nicely. Nothing to report, really, as we go on to the third lap. Taking 4 tenths off of him that lap, basically. Halving the distance between us and him. Touching the outside there, touching the inside as well, the Russian. As we go down this back straight again, very close to touching that wall on the outside for us. As we are firmly in the Zuck on the tunneled straight again. Oh, there you go. Good job I'm not playing with my controller. As we come out this corner here, we've got a good run on the inside, but he's hit the wall and then come across and hit us. And that is exceptionally frustrating because I remember in the moment, I intentionally broke earlier so that I could get that cut inside of him, as I sort of knew from watching him that he liked to run wide there. So I did that intentionally to go on the inside of him, and he still messed up so bad that he absolutely destroyed me. Anyway. Now, this French guy, we're obviously faster than him, and I'm not really sure what he's doing because he's got his hazard lights on. Some people just like to drive with their hazard lights because they think it puts people off, but actually it just invites people to hit you because they think you're a dick. But as we can see there, I'm a little bit shaken from being hit there as we get all out of shape on the final corner of the course. We're 14 seconds behind the leader now, and it's all about pride. It's all about pride. I really did think of just turning it off and quitting, but you know what? I thought, let's get to this. Let's see how many places we can get back. So around the outside of the Frenchman there, he's still on the inside. I don't know if he gave me a little tap there, but it doesn't matter anyway, as we see 7th place in front of us has a penalty, and there's the Russian as well. He must have got another penalty, because a 5-second penalty doesn't leave you that far down the back straight there, so he must have got another penalty on top of it. Actually going really wide there and hitting the wall. I'm pretty sure that wasn't us, because we would have got a penalty. I'm pretty sure the French guy hit us in the back there and propelled us into the wall. So how the game... So this is what the game has done there. The game has seen that as me going too slow into the corner, even though we haven't changed anything, as we have to dodge the French guy again to get around him. So the French guy has hit us into a wall and overtaken us, and we've got the SR down. Please sort it out. But anyway, we passed the Frenchman again, and we're up into 6th. On the 5th lap here, through the tunnel at the back, we have 3 seconds to the Spaniard in front, trying to get that top 5 position. We've dealt with the BS. We've got past that French guy, fortunately, a second time, and we are now in pursuit of 5th place. It's coming down 2.5 seconds now, as just a little bit of a correction there. I found myself doing that more and more as I got faster and faster. As we see a penalty for the Spaniard in front of us. But going back to the corrections, so you want to... I think it was in a live stream, someone said that David Perel, he always says on Dragon Trail that chicane of death, if you turn and aim at the apex of the corner and you try and hit the inside of the corner, you're not going to hit it. And that's something that I try and do through many fast corners. So we're in here, I try to turn and aim towards that inside, but the understeer just takes you away from it. Same with this, turn in early, aim at the apex, and the car just drifts away from it. Obviously, if you turn in too early, you're going to just hit it. So that's where I'm talking about having those little bits of correction that sort of save literally the face of your car. As we're coming now, gap is under a second to the Spaniard. I mean, without the penalty that he's just having to serve there for running into the wall, I think we would have easily just gone around him. Whether or not he would have buffed us up a bit in the last couple of corners, who knows. But there it is, we are up into 5th, just a couple of corners now. You see those tiny little corrections there. It's much easier to do those little corrections on a steering wheel than it is to do on the controller with the analog stick. I will say that. As the gap behind us to the Frenchman's way over 3 seconds. Not really thinking about it anymore. Big understeer, nearly smashing into the wall. Taking time out of the next player as well. I believe that's another Spaniard. My eyes are going on me. And there we go. Into 5th. A nice little bit of a recovery in that race. No apology from the Russian, of course. He left pretty much instantly, as all of them do. But there we go. That is race B for this week. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Thank you again for the legendary channel members. And thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next one.